Brother, when you ask me where I come from, I hear the sighs of old chairs that fold their calloused arms over knees bruised and bent by one too many moves. Seats chipped and weighed down by rooms framed with the glow of your destiny, yet whose walls somehow make a pauper of my paper perfection. Brother, when you ask me where I come from, I remember our endless trips down gaping streets, my yellowness streaking through the whiteness of your picketed fences. Yet somehow, in driving you to your destination, I always seem the passenger left behind, staring at the Ethiopian cream of my cupped black pearls, made cold with the anxious whisperings of, "Where to from here?" Brother, when you ask me where I'm from, are you strong enough to bear the honesty of my question? Do you know what it's like to flee from a peppered sky, only for my colour to slip silently through your black and white weaving? For my heart to grumble from the ache of a culture that leaves more space at the dinner table for my country's dishes than for me, whose lips will never know the taste of Inawera Lake, nor feel the roll of their tongue around the hundreds of ways my language teaches me to say, "I love you." For my eyes to be drowned by those who cry war, yet have never felt what it's like to cocoon the bodies of those whose death lived longer than their breath. For my body to forgive, again and again, those who recycle their identity by robing themselves in my culture, claiming its warmth for their own, and leaving me to scrape in naked darkness for what is left behind. Brother, home for me is the train that never looked back. Its tracks have long carried it away from the arms of the clock that stopped ticking the moment I left my station to join yours. Home is the letter whose leaves fall in summer, the runner who carries to the finishing line, arriving to a stadium that has long emptied. Home is the searching through the crumpling of news, the scavenging of dry bowls for the wafts of my country that cling to its rings. Home is the voice that billows upwards at each gust of memory and anecdote, curved mass fading away the flames of loneliness, bearing the scent of roasted chestnuts and watermelon seeds. Brother, do you see why where I came from no longer matters? For just as surely as the wind does not obey our parceling of earth, and the sun does not first rise under your western banner, I belong to any land that calls me daughter, Khalta to your niece, Aktu to your younger sister, Iha to your mother, Ayinshi finding stillness in the mothering hands of Thich Nhat Hanh, skin blackened by a nerve that hugged and would not let go. The only difference between you and I is that I have learnt not to deny the ancient roots that fed, bled and bumped us together, and have come to realise that if home is where the heart is, then my heart is a palimpsest that whispers the language of my birth, passing it on to the very first page of my children's story and the very last chapter of my own. Home is the bird that unfurls its wings, fleeing upwards towards Mandela's freedom, breathing in the rolling emeralds of Austin's hills. Home is the moment when you change your question and ask me instead, so tell me, sister, where do we come from?